good evening and welcome to the Mzansi Talkshow Episode 3 and first in the series for the 2025-2026 season. Right, my name is Bryan. I'm a co-host here today with Shabazz Mohammed. Welcome, Shabazz. Good to see you again.
It's nice to finally be back on the show again.
Okay, great stuff. And we've got three guests with us today. Firstly, representing Liverpool, Mr. Sundran Naidu. Hello, Sundran. Welcome.
Hi guys, great to be here first time on the show. I'm looking forward to representing Liverpool today.
All right, and then we've got
The man in the middle.
the man in the middle. Very active on our WhatsApp groups, Mr. Robson Woodley representing Manchester United. Hello, Robson, and welcome.
How's it, guys? Thanks for having finally proper United supporter here to put you guys in place. It's a pleasure being on the show, and I hope you all have fun.
All right, and we've got Michaelan as well, a stalwart from the MITB group, and he's come onto the Mzansi platform as well.
Nice to be here. Nice to meet all of you and talk some football.
Okay, thank you, Michaelan, and welcome. All right, so just to put things into perspective, the Mzansi kind of franchise or group is evolving. There have been changes. Just a bit of a brief explanation on the different leagues that we run. All right, so the entry level league currently is the monthly Mullah. All right, so this has actually evolved from the MITB group. That's the money in the bag, which was very professionally run. Appreciate Tiger Reddy, thank you so much for that. And Jalen Kupasamy and gang, you guys did a brilliant job. But due to some logistics, it somehow evolved into the Mzansi group now. And the entry fee for the Mzansi monthly Mullah is $100 once off. And you've got 10 chances of 3K per month. I mean, that's an absolute bargain if you think about it. And apart from the monthly Mullah, we've got the Mzansi Global, the popular one. And we've got about 400 players, I think, on that one. The entry fee to that league was 300 rands, and there's multiple tiers and multiple prizes on that one as well. So the winner from the last season, Kayuran. Hello, Kayuran. I know you're watching. You pay a lot of attention to our podcast to get tips and so forth. So Kayuran, by the way, is not allowed to play this year. So what happens with the Mzansi Global? The winner gets promoted into Elite 64. All right. So there's 5 people that get promoted from the Mzansi Global to the Elite 64, apart from the winner. So I think the likelihood of seeing me on Mzansi Global next season seems to be slim. I had a good start, surprisingly, to the season so far. All right. And then you've got the Mzansi High Roller. The entry into this one is 1,000 rands. Obviously, higher stakes, more risk, higher rewards. And yeah, there's some big prizes on that as well. So next season, we're looking at getting a mullah for the high roller as well. So there's a different option that we're looking at. Right, so the Elite 64, as I mentioned, it's a league. Well done to Seth and team for actually creating the concept. You know, you get 3 members or 5 being promoted into the league, and you've got a relegation system as well. The 3 worst performing players get relegated out of the Elite 64. So it's an elite league, and there's good prizes on that as well. Apart from that, we've got Last Man Standing. Clyde, I know you're watching as well, from Netherlands. Thank you for running that for us. A very exciting format of the game. That starts around game week 4, game week 6, I think. Game week 4. Right, so over and above the football leagues, we've got the F1 fantasy as well. So Shivan, Kobadan, I know you look forward to this. You've been hounding us to have another talk show. So there we go. Thank you for coordinating that in with Helgard. Thank you as well. So with the F1 Fantasy, we've got Seth, Common F1 Racing, running away with it at the moment. So he actually built up a nice budget so he can afford expensive drivers and constructors. So with the F1 Predict, it's a 2-horse race at the moment. Seth and myself, by the way. So I did tell him I'm going to be strong in the second half of the season. So guys, F1 is an exciting format as well. Please do join us and as we expand. So as I mentioned, exciting times for the Mzansi group, evolving into the talk show space and podcasts and so forth. We've got an exciting lineup today. Shabazz is going to coordinate our agenda for today. And I think we can look forward to an exciting season. You know, we did have a bit of a lopsided season last year. Liverpool running away with the title, halfway through the season, and then we had Spurs winning the Europa League after a long time, and just losing out on the Super Cup. So I don't think we're going to discuss that today, but yeah, a bit of a depressing night for me. So guys, we've got lots to talk about. So I'm going to hand over to Shabazz, who's going to coordinate proceedings for today. Shabazz, over to you.
All right, good evening and welcome. It is the third episode of the Mzansi talk show, and we do have our three gentlemen here. We deliberately put the Man United support in the center because we want to get the opinions on how this rivalry. First, I want to ask you guys, right, from a Liverpool United point of view, is it still a rivalry going forward, or has it died off?
Never die.
It'll never die.
Never died.
They still, yeah.
No matter where the teams are, and even when we were down and they were up, it was still.
We were up for a longer time, so that's why we brag a bit more. So we get where they're coming
Right,
from.
okay.
So
By the way,
That's
this
fine.
is not the History Channel.
So speaking of current, it is the current, not the history challenge. And in current moment, I think Spurs did finish 17th on the log last season. 17th.
17th.
17th on the log, United 15th. But Spurs went and won the Europa League. Why am I losing my words today? However, now we speak about last season. We're going to start off this season. Season just started. It's only a couple of games in. We are on an international break. We're going to start with our co-host today. First, where do you think, after this whole transfer window has ended, where do you think Spurs are going to end up the season?
Listen, with the Spurs transfer business, I think we've done really well. You know, a lot has not been spoken about our transfer activity, but we made some massive signings. Absolutely massive. Starting with Mohamed Kudus from West Ham. That guy's a magician on the right wing. So he's kind of offset the balance a bit with Johnson moving to the left because, you know, he was set on the right. But he's very effective on the right. Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. He can play across, anyway, on the attacking line. He can play as a centre forward, as a creative midfielder, left wing or right wing. So we're excited about that. The striker from PSG, Kolomowani, on deadline day, we managed to get that transfer over the line. The Matej Stel from Bayern Munich, Danzo, centre back, and a few other guys, a Japanese guy. And Joe Palhinha, how could I forget about him? Ever since Musa Dembele left us, we've been looking for a box-to-box midfielder, and I think we finally found our guy.
Okay, now you all have made quite a number of signings this season.
Yes.
Where do you honestly and truly believe Spurs will end up?
Okay, I think we're going to have an exciting season. We started off very well.
Mhm.
We beat Burnley convincingly. We played well against Man City, right? But somehow, Bournemouth, we didn't find the correct game plan to overcome them. We had 66% ball possession, but 5 shots, whereas they had 32% or so, but they had 25 shots on target.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of work to do. So I think we've got a good manager in Thomas Frank. He's a tactician. Although our fan base is still split over the sacking of Ange Postecoglou, I would have liked to see him one more year.
All right.
In Spurs colours. But we've got Thomas Frank. I'm not disappointed with that choice. And I think it's exciting times for us. He's got an attacking mindset. So where I see Spurs finishing, we're competing in the domestic cups, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. I think we've got a damn good chance in one of those cups. Champions League, we've got an expanded squad. I do see us getting out of the round robin phases into the playoffs. And yeah, I think we can actually go deep in the Champions League, quarterfinals, semi-finals, even all the way. It's possible. In the Premier League, I think we're going to be up there, top 4, top 6. I would be reasonably satisfied with the young squad that we got, transitioning. And we've got a lot of young players out on loan as well. So it's actually a long-term plan for Tottenham.
Okay, so you're saying top 4, top 6 for Spurs this season?
And a cup.
And a cup. Okay.
Yes.
So okay, let me ask our guests now. Do you guys honestly believe top 4, top 6 plus a cup for Spurs this season? From an outside point of view.
I think that's delusional.
Delusional?
Absolutely
Liverpool?
I think they got a very good team and they can finish top 6, maybe even 5. I think the 4 obviously I think is too strong.
It's just okay.
Right, but and FA Cup and Carabao Cup, they can win it.
All right. And do you have an opinion on them?
Yeah,
Anything?
I think they'll be a top 8 side. They've made some really good signings. I'm a big admirer of 2 of the players there. So I think they will do well. But from what we've seen recently, it's always back to default settings for them. So I think they are going to get their lucky streaks, but they don't have that consistency.
But so I actually agree with you on this one. I think top 8 is a reasonable target for them considering 17th last season with the signings that they've got. The manager came in and they still need to adapt to his style of play. Now we move on from Spurs.
Wait, guys, well, there's one more thing. Besides the 17 players,
Mhm.
Spurs before that were consistently the top 6 side. Let's not forget that. Finishing in the top 4, finishing in the top 6. The 17 was an anomaly. It was something out of the ordinary, even for Man United.
So was winning the Europa Cup.
Right, so I was actually hoping you say that. So the number 17 was symbolic. I don't want to spend too much time talking about that.
I think we spent too much time already on Spurs.
Oh, you mean N17?
N17 Stadium, we won a trophy after 17 years. The player of the tournament was Romero, shirt number 17. There was a whole lot of 17s that came into play.
Do you know why I mainly say that they'll finish 5 or 6?
Yeah.
It's not because of any of the players they signed. It's because they got a world-class coach. I'm telling you now. Watch.
Okay. Now we'll go from 17 to 15. We'll work our way up the order. United. We get to this part of it. So a lot of fans have been complaining about the transfer market, what's been going on, not happy with the signings or lack of signings thereof. It's been quiet for large periods of time. Made a couple of signings here and there. Are you happy with the signings that have come in and players that have gone out?
I think, we will never be happy. We United supporters. We want the best.
Yeah.
We used to that. We grew up with that. But realistically, look at 2 months ago. 2 months ago, we were broke. We were told we got no food, we're eating soup, all of that.
Yeah.
So then we signed Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko, Diego Leon as well, and we closed off with the keeper Lamens. So if you look at that, we've actually done well in the transfer market. We had a lot of deadwood that we had to release. That was part of our signing up process. I think we've managed to do that. Rashford's on loan, Anthony's gone, Sancho, thank God he's gone. That freedom fighter is out there.
You guys messed up a good player there.
Yeah. No. From a Chelsea point of view, I'll tell you, he was an excellent player when he came to us. Didn't score the goals, but was a very good team player.
Yeah, he's just not a good team player off the field. That's where the drama starts.
But this is where I see a different point of view because at Chelsea we haven't seen any of that.
Because Chelsea got about 100 players, so the one player gets hidden under the bus.
Actually, a lot of them have been gone, and we're going to get to that in
But
a
remember,
little
that's
bit.
United's skill.
Yeah.
Their skill is taking good players and destroying them.
Because if you look at it,
100%.
This is why I don't want to sit in the middle.
no, because the thing is now, if you look at it, players like Rashford, Anthony, Sancho rather, all have the same thing where at United they're apparently very ill-disciplined players. But when they leave United, there's no problem. The common denominator in all these ill-disciplined players is United.
I think the problem is for too long they were allowed to wag their tails. Now when the new manager came in and he was strict, he said, no players begin in the club. If you can't train, if you're not up to scratch, you're not up to par, go train yourself, come back, work yourself back into the squad. These guys didn't like that because they had this hierarchy and it was a boys' club in the change room. The bomb squad in the change room. So Amlin came and he broke that. And we saw that he ruffled feathers. And we all were disheartened when Rashford left. He's from the youth team, but he needed to go. Same with Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony. They all were forming a clique and they weren't good for the club. So they didn't fit. But if you look at everyone, they say play for the badge, play for the badge. Those guys weren't playing for the badge. But as soon as you leave, then it's like a thing, we've got to prove ourselves. But you've got to do that at your club.
So would you say it's down to lack of leadership? Because look at the early 2000s. You had people like Gary Neville. You had Ferdinand at the back. You had Vidic at Evra. You had Oligana Solskjaer. You had players who could lead the team. And if somebody stepped out of the line from the youth side, it was the senior player's job back in Fergie's days to put them back in line.
But I think at that level of professionalism, it's individual discipline. I mean, Rashford is a senior player in this one.
No,
He was one of the troublemakers.
What I'm getting at is at the old United.
I think a very important point. What Man United has done wrongly, that has contributed largely to the ego of the players.
Right.
The salary structure is too high.
Definitely.
That's contributed.
100%.
But see, that's why I don't like United. But they but wait,
You
hear
guys
me.
did. He's the Liverpool
But
spot.
I can see that they are trying to make changes because they could have signed Donnarumma, but Donnarumma's wages are, I think it's higher than De Gea's wages when that time. So that's why they're trying to.
I think that's one of the problems that led to that decline, that steady decline. So now the new owners, Amorim, they're trying to reset. And I've been saying this for 2 years now. We have a plan. And the plan
That's the
is
process.
huge.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
plan
process.
is huge.
So there's changes happening. For
Clive,
me as a
Clive,
fan, I'm
The guys are
happy.
talking about you, eh?
I'm happy with the changes. We never thought we were going to get signings. We got signings. We got rid of the players. We've done all. We won one. We lost one. We drew one. So we got all that out the way. We're in the top half of the table. We were ninth now.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the first time in
Yeah.
I think about a decade, they're sitting above City at the moment.
So that's positive change. Look at that already. So we like to see the international break. After the international break, whether we get momentum. We did have a shit run of fixtures, unfortunately. But if we can come through with that, I mean, kudos to United. And I'm happy for the changes. I've seen the positives. With the new keeper, fan base is still a bit split. Should have got Donnarumma. I prefer Lemans. He could be a keeper for the next 10 years. He's young. Yes, we're going to have to be patient, and I hope the fans are patient with it. I hope he doesn't sit on the bench too much like what's happened to Sesko. But I understand there's that transition, and he's going to come through. And I think it's exciting time for United fans.
Okay, on that note, honest opinion, where do you see United finishing this season?
I see us finishing fifth. Top five.
That is a very
Top five.
optimistic expectation of United coming to the season.
I think I got a feeling Chelsea's going to finish first this season. Right, I'm just saying it.
Okay.
Second
okay.
place, we dare not put anyone else besides Arsenal.
yeah.
Third, maybe Liverpool. Fourth, and City. Fifth, United.
Right.
Yeah.
From a Liverpool point of view now, rivalry, where do you see United finishing the season?
I've been telling people this for long now.
Right.
I said, the starting of the season, everyone, they already said top four. They saw the 3 signings, they said top four. I told them no. Have realistic. I see them finishing maybe 8th, 7th, but I think 6th. And I think it's going to be a bumpy this thing. But by the end of it, they're going to say, hey, you know what, this is where we are now. And we did well for where we supposed to be.
I think that 3, 4, 5, 6 is all going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be
very
quite
close. There'll be a lot of
close,
congestion
yeah.
there.
Congested.
So mainly one more point in that is that I think that they got carried away and then now they finally got brought back to this reality, and that's where they'll be around mid-table, just above that. Like that's where I see.
I don't think I carry. I think we hit rock bottom last season.
I don't think it can get worse for United.
Exactly. There's only up. So
One more thing, their toughest game was Grimsby.
Had to put it in there. And
I don't see United finishing.
We were wrong, by the way.
I don't see United finishing inside the top 8. I see them outside 9, 10th. About where they are now, realistically.
all right.
And that's progress for them, seriously speaking, because remember, 15 to 9, 15 to 10, it's progress. If they suddenly have a run of good games, they're going to get too excited and think that's progress, and they're going to lose their system. I think if they keep making their small mistakes along the way and learning and still progressing, that's going to be better than having a good run and then having a bad run of about 10 games.
And from Mr. Spurs himself.
Okay, guys, I think, with the Mzansi Group, we're trying to make this interactive. So what I enjoy most about being on the WhatsApp group is the banter amongst the Man United supporters.
That is the best. That's
Right.
the most entertaining part of this.
So, guys, we look at remote kind of setups as well. So the one dealers, the Ollies, Hilrix, Coach Lux. We haven't forgotten about you guys. Clive, Sagadev, and you as well. So, we can remotely connect to you guys so you can give us your opinions as well.
I need some support here, man.
Right.
Call
So,
of friends.
but in terms of the transfer window, United has done fantastic business. Absolutely fantastic. I think in terms of the attacking line, one of the most potent in the Premier League. With it's Mbeumo, by the way, not Mbeumo.
I can't even
Could
say
I
it.
spell it?
Mbeumo.
Is it
Mbeumo.
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 Yeah.
No,
Mbeumo.
I watched the interview. He said it's Mbeumo.
Or how he
Baby
says
who?
he's, how he says
He
he's
said it himself. Bryan Mbeumo.
All
He
right.
said it's Mbeumo.
So it's
We call it
Mbeumo.
How do you
Mbeumo,
pronounce your name?
Kuna,
Bryan
Sesko, and Bruno. I mean, that's a potent front line. You guys got a new keeper. So I don't think he's delusional. I think realistic expectations with some consistency. Probably 5, 6 outs. I think Robson's prediction of 5, 6 is
5, 6.
So
very-
you're expecting
very
United to
realistic.
finish above y'all?
No. We're in the same category. So what happened last season? Spurs and United somehow ended up in the same boat. And that's normally, guys. Tottenham and Man United do not belong in that category. So Man United finishing top 4, top 6 is not foreign territory. So I think with Amorim, he's got a system, he's got a plan. Surprisingly, guys are talking about him being sacked after the Grimsby game. If he has a few bad results, we don't know. But I think he's got a long-term plan. He's trying to clean out at United. There were a lot of outgoings. There's a lot of incomings as well. So I think
But I love that, Viren. You are leading off their positivity. If United can do it, we can. Spurs can do it as well. I love that.
We
I
use
love
our
that.
example.
Exactly. 100%.
So I think the Grimsby game was a wake-up call. I enjoyed bantering you guys about that. But
By the way, we were robbed in that game. Everyone saw that internet thing with they fielded an unregistered player.
Yeah.
that made a difference.
He would have
Yeah,
made a
of course,
difference, of course.
That
Yes,
was like a
of course.
farmer or something.
And interesting,
He
he was the
wouldn't have missed the
guy.
penalty.
He was the guy who missed the penalty.
Oh.
Because once he missed that penalty, we immediately lost
Yeah.
focus. We thought we won. We thought we won.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
seriously though, with United out of the Carabao Cup, they've got the FA Cup and the league to focus on. So I think that's a big positive for them, big advantage. Less games, they can focus on that. Obviously, less practice time, so there's less of a distraction. So I think there's something in it for them.
I think
this
last season all managers complained the fixtures were too tough. It was a fixture after fixture, too many competitions. So United really have no excuse this season. They're out of one cup already. Hopefully the FA Cup will get a decent run there, and
Of course, you're winner in that main cup as well. So it's only really 2 that you're fighting for.
that's it. So we've got no excuse. So no European football, no plastic cups, small cups. We just got the FA Cup to concentrate on, and we
Has
just
to
got
throw
the
that
league.
in.
Just the league.
Okay, so I will give you my honest opinion on it, and I think top 6 is a very fast stretch right now. I think going from 15 to 6 is going to be a very tough battle because Amorim still hasn't got a complete grip on that change room. Let's be honest with you. Amorim hasn't got a complete grip. Once he gets a complete grip on the change room, once he gets his system implemented properly, because if you look at it, United still haven't, as much as yes, I think we've all read that article today about so many shots United have taken in the games, and I mean you out of 50 shots you can't score 2 or 3 goals from them, so you still have major issues in front of goal. If that's not sorted out, I think mid-table, and that's still, as you said, progress for them, but not top 6. I won't say top 6 for now.
Here's a hot take. Say maybe November, around there. He's going to change his formation and it's going to work out.
But remember, we haven't had Sesko playing 90 minutes as yet.
Correct.
Our main key striker to bag in the goals.
But now, when Sesko comes in, is it going to be too late already? Because
Yeah.
Liverpool are already on their horse and they're going. Chelsea are on their tail. Arsenal are already there.
No, but
City are the
that's
only
not
one
the
faltering
race
right now.
that they.
But that's what I'm saying. There's already 3 teams that are already going for it at the moment. You've got another 3 places. Spurs are already there as well.
I don't think it's far off. We 4 points.
You're 4 points. You're
they're
4
on 9.
points.
It's
Yeah.
5 points different.
Yeah.
We still have to play Liverpool. We still have to play City.
But that's what I'm saying.
so they're going to drop points.
If United are losing against Grimsby,
That
up against
was
going up against Liverpool and City, they in another world right now altogether. Lost 2 out of the first 3 games. Who would have ever thought that? Now we get to 4th place, my team, Chelsea. We'll start with our London rival.
Before we even get into Chelsea,
Okay.
I want you to explain something.
I knew this
I want you
was
to
coming
explain
in.
something to me.
I knew this was
Because
coming.
I've got a problem understanding this.
Right.
Right, with the close scrutiny on financial regulations,
Right.
FFP, and so
Thank
forth,
you.
it seems as if Chelsea is signing anybody and everybody. Even this meme, triple story buses, and so forth.
Let me answer it for you.
Okay,
Chelsea
wait,
are
wait,
doing
wait.
now
Yeah.
what City were doing.
No,
They
wait,
sign
wait,
players
wait,
so that
wait,
other
wait,
people don't
wait.
get them.
Guys, let me finish the question.
Okay,
Right?
let's go one at a
So
time.
it seems, right, even the term human trafficking has come in. Right? So how is Chelsea managing to legally get so many players transferred into the system?
Okay, let's get back to answer first.
So if you actually see Chelsea's sell-on clause, where the players they sell, and almost every player they sell, they have a sell-on clause on top of that. So see Mark Way, if he came to Liverpool, Chelsea was going to get about 12 million from that sale. If he came to Liverpool.
All right.
That's one example.
Right.
And then the other example is they sign players on 10-year contracts and they pay them in installments. They even pay the club in installments. So that's how what's the word called? Financial. That's how financial fair play works. That's the whole background of
What's
it.
the way around it?
Okay,
Yes, yeah.
so financial fair play works in a period of I think it's 3 years at a time. So by you signing 8-year contract with the player, it's split between 3, 6, and 9 years. So it's 3, 3, and then the last two, obviously. So they're signing 6, 7, 8-year contracts. Now the sell-on clause is actually a very small part of the process. They were very smart in what they did because I think we were talking about it with United. The wage structure so high, the club is going nowhere. Now, if you looked a couple years back, Chelsea finished, I think, 12th in the league, just before your Spurs ex-manager came in, Pochettino. We finished 12th in the league. We were playing players. We still got a couple of players, Ryan Sterling, Ben Chilwell, on contracts over 300,000 a week. We cannot, for the last 2 years, get rid of them. We can't. We tried, and even now, we cannot get rid of them. They were buying anyone and everyone that could. They spent over $1 billion, I think, that summer transfer window. They got away with it because there is, I think, a clause that because the club was sold, they give the club a leeway period on buying and selling players. So we used the full extent of that in order to get to where we needed to be. So they bought players, they gave players ridiculous wages, and it never worked. Same at United, that structure does not work. Then they finally got business managers into play. This is where the whole thing comes in. What they're doing is now they're signing, and this is why I was quite upset with the signing Spurs got, Xavi Simons, but they refused to pay 60 million. You guys paid 60 million. 51 million pounds, 60 million euros. Chelsea refused to pay 60 million euros for a player. 2 years ago, they would have said, yes, 80 million. We'll take him on a 200,000 contract a week. Now they're saying no. They actually offered for Fermin Lopez from Barcelona. They offered 35 million. For the future of Barcelona, they told him yes, 35 million for you. Barcelona told them straight no. They refused to play. That's why they went after Garnacho was 40 million. It was supposed to be Garnacho and Simmons, but Simmons was not in the running because of the price tag. They're signing players on 30,000, 40,000 a week wages. Cole Palmer is on 130,000 a week. Players like Malo Gusto, who plays on the right wing, he's about 40,000 a week.
The
So
defender, isn't it?
the right back.
Correct.
So so those players are now coming in, and they're coming on small wages, and their price tag is so low.
And they're very young also.
And they're very young. They're signing for 8 to 10 years. So this was the first time in Premier League history a club did sales of over 300 million in one transfer window. Because all the players that were in, you're saying 40 triple decker bus, 40 to 100 players in a team, we got rid of that entire bomb squad. Not all. There's a couple lingering here and there in the bomb squad, but we got rid of everyone. That is how they were able to get away with this whole financial fair play thing and the human trafficking that came into play. Now, getting on to where I think we'll finish off. I think who said first?
I said
You
first.
said first.
Okay,
I think that's a bit of a
I didn't
stretch.
have a say on that, by the way. So where I see Chelsea finishing, hats off to Maresca. When he came in, I wasn't convinced. So I think he's done really well. Getting into top 4, getting the PSG in the Club World Cup. So I think he's done really well. So some of these things are falling into place. So I think top 4, top 5 again. But there's going to be a bit of transition, new players coming in. So there's going to be a bit of adjustment. I think Chelsea's going to be up there.
So
The Club World Cup really showed
Really good.
Chelsea's potential. And I think once we get Palmer back in the squad,
So it was actually last season, the game against Fulham, we were 1-0 down, 83 minutes gone. and 94 minutes we were 2-1 up, and that we haven't lost a game since then. Up until the Club World Cup, we lost one. That's the only game we've lost in the last, I think, 20 to 30 games coming into the new season. In the Club World Cup, it was around the second round. So I think winning the league, I think, is a little bit of a stretch because of the injuries coming into play right now. We've got quite a few injuries. I say top three. Second, I'll be happy with second, but I think Chelsea will be a fast.
I think everyone knows here who's finishing.
I think Chelsea is going to be third. You're right. Second is reserved.
Second is reserved. Now we move from Chelsea to the champions of last season, Liverpool,
and we're going to be the champions of this season as well.
Okay, with the Isak signing, I will agree with you on that because Isak just elevates your status, like how I believe Simmons elevated Spurs.
Yeah,
he was the one signing I was very upset about.
I've got a different opinion on Liverpool. I'll tell you what. Yeah. It's a new Liverpool this season.
Yeah, true.
The entire attacking front line, right? You've got Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, you've got Isak coming in now as well. Salah's not the reference point anymore. He's going to get demotivated. He
hasn't been so far.
He thrives off ego, right? That's how it works. So I think there's going to be a bit of a transition, a bit of an adjustment period. I mean, Jota's not there. Luis Diaz is gone. A lot of players. So it's a totally new Liverpool side. There's going to be an adjustment period, unless it just gel automatically, which is very unlikely. So I think they're going to be up there, but it's not going to be a foregone conclusion where they're going to be champions again. I think they're going to be challenged.
If you watch the few games, right, just 3 games now, you have noticed Salah is not trying to shoot all the time. He's trying to pass the ball into the box. Now, if he was a player that way, he knows he's not the focal point. He'd be trying to score the goals.
What I noticed about Salah, I'll tell you, that shot off the left foot, curling in.
Yes.
Right. His thinking ability or decision-making ability has slowed down a bit. He's taking heavy first touches, or he's taking too long. It's not on the volley. I think he's slowed down a bit in decision-making.
I think with age
no,
now,
but there's something else compared to. It's not saying he's selfish or he knows he's going to be upset. But it's just his ability, like you rightly said.
Let me ask a question here, right? Let me ask a question. Do you think it's the manager trying to put him into his mind frame? You're going to get a focal point of Isak coming. You need to be passing to him.
No, not at all.
Or is it just
he
that
now knows that he's a team player? Before he had to be that person because we didn't have it.
No,
he knew he was giving the ball to Nunes and he was going to hit the post.
But even when you had the potent three, Mane, Salah, Firmino, he was still that player who was
most creative.
He was still the most creative, and he had false nine in Firmino, and he had Mane on the other end.
Correct.
But I think with age, and I think with the new focal point coming in, it's a whole change of dynamics at Liverpool right now.
100%. We sort of got 2 strikers now, and it's giving us more options. Not every game Isak's going to fire. So, if he's not, you're going to put him out. You've got other options of bench. Gakpo, Ekitike. I don't know if they're going to play both of them together.
So where do you see Wirtz fitting in?
So that's where
remember, Wirtz is further back. He's not even, he's behind him.
That's where the Salah, it's a bunch of things with Salah, age, everything. But also Wirtz gets the ball more. So with Wirtz getting the ball, Salah gets the ball less. So with you are going to see the down in Salah, but it's not going to be like where it's going to be like 0, like 5 goals a season. It's probably going to be 15, 20 around there, not where he was 27 in all competition. So that's what I think. And also with the assisting and stuff, he's been creative for the last 5 years. If you look at his stats, he's been that player, that basically the 10. So I don't think it's that there too much with Salah. I think it's also age. 34 years is quite the same.
I think everyone's game time is going to be managed. It's going to be managed between the Premier Leagues, the cup competitions. It's going to be managed.
So I think having a larger squad, because you're going into quite a lot of competition this season, you're going to need that. And as Chelsea have found out, we've already got injuries on the start. And those players that they say you got a large squad, it now looks much smaller.
Yeah. One more thing, I do agree with it's going to take time for them to gel. And unfortunate truth that no one wants to hear is, if that does happen, Arsenal's winning the league.
So do you honestly believe Arsenal's winning the league?
Look, banter aside, Arsenal got the second best team in the league. Banter aside.
I'll disagree with you on that. No. I beg to differ.
As well.
Arsenal is in the same boat as Liverpool. Right, you've got Gyökeres that's coming. You've got Eze from Crystal Palace, very potent, kind of. He can play 10, he can play left wing across the front line.
Mhm.
So I think there's a lot of new players that's coming there, and there's going to be a bit of an adjustment period with them as well. But having that striker, I think they're going to be more dangerous. So I think it's not a foregone conclusion that it's going to be Liverpool and Arsenal as the top two teams. I think Chelsea is going to be there, Spurs are going to be there, Man City is going to be there, Man United are going to be there as well. So it's going to be tighter than you guys think.
I think Liverpool is gonna battle in their defense. They
Yes.
conceded the same amount of goals as United, I think. So more or less the same. So if y'all got Van Dijk and he's also quite old, there, he's one injury away, and then that whole defense is gonna collapse. So I
Remember,
think
defense has never been their strong point.
yeah, but
Defense has never been
there's
Liverpool's
too
strong
much
point.
of pressure on Bert, and he's known to flop. We bring that out there from a United point of view. Isak, I think he's got too much pressure on him to be this 25, 30 goal striker.
I think the price tag is also going to be a big problem
Yeah.
for him.
Absolutely.
So
For
a
both
lot
those
of
players.
pressure.
I think we should give
on
him
him.
a game first, and then we should judge him.
But does he come
Yeah.
automatically into the starting lineup? Ekitike has been doing his thing.
Yeah. But
Does Isak come
You
in or
break
does
the bank
he have to learn
buy,
his
you
place?
have
he's
to
never
break.
he's not had a preseason or any
No,
games.
he's going to come and get 15 minutes for the first 2 or 3 games.
So,
I don't even think he's going to start.
Okay,
the first season.
so do y'all see a two-striker up-front formation change from
No.
Liverpool?
Ekitike will drop to the left and Gakpo will drop to the bench. But not all the games. I think it's going to be Gakpo and Ekitike on the left rotation, and it's going to be Salah most of the time. And then I think even Chiesa is going to play in the front also.
You don't need that depth in the squad for that European fixture.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
for the European
Remember,
fixtures,
we
you
also
need-
got Soboslai that's there now. You know,
Hey,
if
right
Wirtz
back.
and
we haven't spoken about it.
and
He's-
McAllister
he's
is sitting in there together with Wirtz, it means there's no place for Soboslai. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that our right back is injured and we don't have both of them actually, Bradley and Frimpong. So Soboslai is slotted nicely in there and he's doing his job. He's been. I really liked him there. Yeah, I felt he was the best player on the pitch there, defending. You know, strike aside, defending. He's been phenomenal there. So perhaps it's an option to bring him into the center as well. If we're struggling there with Konate or when Bradley's back or when Frimpong's back, because certainly we're really packed in the middle.
I actually had Frimpong in my FPL team. And Tom gave me quite a short rep. I only saw it after the start of the whole thing. Okay, so there's one team we haven't spoken about as yet. The
Absolutely.
blue side of Manchester. Where do you guys think, very quickly, we'll just go over this. Where do you guys think that City will finish up?
Why did you not ask us where Liverpool finished?
I
Yeah,
did if
you
you
did.
said you third.
No, I didn't say that.
You said you don't think top of the log.
No, I didn't say that. I said first, but I said if
Mhm.
people think that we're not going to gel. I do feel that we'll gel eventually,
Okay.
and when we
And you
do,
said Arsenal.
we'll finish first. No, but I said if we do slip, there's only one team.
There's only one team that's
But on top of that, like I said, we haven't gelled as yet, and we're
Right.
still top of the league, 100% in the league. The only
It's
team to
been
do that.
scrappy. It's been very scrappy.
But those scrappy games,
Those
those
are the
1-0
ones that
wins,
matter.
those are the ones that matter.
That's the ones where you know you're gonna.
Yes,
be there.
if you can scrape those ones out and you're going to win your 5-0, 4-0, comfortable 3-0 everywhere.
Like I'm
else.
sure we all can say when
100%.
we back in the day watching United.
United, there was
That
times where
seemed like
Those
a-
funny time killers.
funny times
Yeah.
they'll win about 6 games in a row, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, and then-
You
Yeah.
just need those 3 points.
but those 3 points to win you the league at the end of the
100%.
season, and that's how it goes.
City.
Prediction? You haven't given us your prediction.
I did. I said they're going to win the league
You're
again.
going to win the
Oh,
league.
yeah, you
again.
said it before.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we get to City. We're going to get to City, and where do you guys think? Let's start with Manchester. Where do you guys think? Where do you think?
I think City's gonna battle this season. I think Kevin De Bruyne is going. Haaland is looking
So,
frustrated.
so Kevin De Bruyne is already gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Sorry,
Yeah.
he's gone. Haaland is looking frustrated. He's gonna miss his boyfriend there. And Pep, I think he's another loss from actually peeling his face off. So I think Pep's run his course there, and they need a change there. They also had a fairly new side, but they did make some power packing signings. But I just something about City is not looking right, and they haven't looked right towards the end of last season.
It was actually from
Mid,
more than half season.
Yeah, more
November.
mid
It
season.
started on September, October. They were really on a down low at that point in time.
I think Pep is secretly losing a bit of the change room there, and there's problems coming up, and I don't think he's happy. That's why he said at the end of the season, I'm taking a sabbatical.
He's done. I
He's
think
done.
his
So
race is run there.
I don't think he's even going to complete the season. To be honest, I think
That's the big prediction.
I think he's actually he'll be gone by halfway through the season.
All right.
Wow.
We didn't give a prediction.
The prediction.
For
City. Where do you think
where
they'll
will they
finish?
finish?
I think they're gonna. I think around United fifth, sixth. They'll still be contending. I think that fourth, fifth, sixth place is gonna be quite
Like last
stacked.
season, just contending for that
Just-
Champions League spot again.
Might even come down to goal difference at the end.
Oh.
I think City is hard to say so far this season,
Mhm.
but maybe I think they're gonna have that muscle memory again. I mean, you don't win four Premier Leagues in a row and just
And
goes like
suddenly
that.
just drop, yeah.
So once Rodri is fully fit again, I feel like a strong top four, top three, like competing with Chelsea, and Haaland's gonna score. He's always gonna score, no matter what. Even if they lose, he's gonna score. So it's hard to write off City, I feel, and especially after the players they signed. And I think Reinders, even though that first game was something extraordinary, the last two games wasn't so good. But I think Reinders is still gonna be a fantastic player. I think he's gonna carry them.
I like the Man City supporters are already calling for Pep's head. So
Who are they?
Alright.
One guy from somewhere.
from the guy from somewhere started watching
Guys, can
football.
I come in on my Man City?
Yes, we're waiting on
Right,
you.
as Tottenham have been very dominant over Man City, by the way. I think we've beaten them 9 out of 11 in the
What?
last 11
Okay.
games. Right, but a very interesting step. The last 9 times that we beat Man City, the follow-up game we've lost. I don't know how that happens.
So now you know the next
beat them
bet to
again.
take now.
So
Is the last
Second
one-
half
is
of the
last
season. No, you take
Right.
you take Spurs to win and then to lose the next.
so especially when we play City.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of agree with McKellen. McKellen Chetty, by the way.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to write them off, as you know, the muscle memory comes in. They know how to win. Pep's going to be there. They're going to find a way. The guy Reinders, he's going to be massive for them. Haaland's going to come good. So I think Man City is going to be in the conversation. Top 4 definitely. Top 4, top 5 around there. So we can't write them off. So I think there's too much of quality. Rodri coming
Way
back
too much.
from injury, he's going to be a reference in the team. So I think Man City is going to be contender.
I think City have really missed Rodri. They have really missed him. Whenever he's injured, you'll always find City on a slump. They tried to fill that gap and they just couldn't. They failed with every transfer that they've made.
I think City is going to finish fourth.
I think
they're going to do what Spurs do. They're going to be giant killers.
yeah.
They're going to beat the big sides and do us a favor. And they're going to lose to all the small sides.
Like what happened.
So exactly
United
what.
and so forth.
Yeah, correct. So it's going to be a blessing in disguise to us,
Right.
Liverpool.
So we almost to the end of the show for today, but I just want to get y'all's opinion on this, right? Transfer of the season. Who do you think is the transfer of this window period, in your opinion?
Let's go for United. I'm gonna have to say United. Yeah, even our new keeper Lemans is amazing.
Just
I
one,
really
just
wanted
one, but if you-
someone.
anyone
Kalo
from the
Muane.
entire transfer window.
Personally, I like him. Isak, I think, just because he's set to do Premier League history, sure came to United, but he likes a challenge. So yeah, I think Sesko. I think
Sesko.
he's gonna be the next best thing.
All right. Transfer of the season.
Sesko.
No celebration. It's a celebration.
Isaac.
So,
Isaac
Yeah.
is yours.
There's only one.
Yeah, I think Isak is a transfer for us. For me,
First.
everybody wanted him, and the fact that he's come to us, he's going to make a big difference.
but if you had to choose another transfer, somebody that went to
Another club.
another
Yeah.
club, apart from Isak, who would you?
Hey, I
From
like-
the transfer.
I
window.
can't. How you say his name
Kalo
again?
Muane.
No. United's this thing right wing.
Sesko.
No, Sesko. The right wing.
Ganache.
No, but you know who's going to be
Solskjaer.
undercover?
Sancho.
Newcastle's that Vanderberg, whatever his name is. Watch the space.
Striker.
He's going to play similar. He plays similar to Isak. He's actually better than I've seen clips of him.
Who's this?
That what's his? I can't say his name.
He's a Dutch striker.
I don't. Is he Dutch? Or German? I think he's German.
German.
Yeah. So
He looks like Rudy Fowler.
yeah.
That's what I remember.
So I actually think he's what I've
Oh,
seen,
yeah,
he's actually
okay.
plays better than Ekitike also.
Okay, all right.
So that's something that I'll take there.
Yeah, but not in the Premier League. That's the difference.
So now,
Yeah,
if
but
you,
in
if
all-
you had
all
to
of them.
choose a transfer at another club,
Kudos.
some kudos.
Kudos. I
Any-
really, really liked him.
And anyone out of United, the transfer out of United, who would you choose other than Sesko? Who would you choose as your transfer? This season?
Firstly, like I said, like Colomboane, but I wanted.
All right. Now we get to Tottenham. Your transfer this season and the transfer from a different club of the season.
Okay, I'm gonna say transfer of the seasons, Xavi Simons, without a doubt. Right, he's a reference. He can play across the attacking line,
Mhm.
and I think for 51
Million
mil,
pounds.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
an absolute
Steal.
bargain,
And
absolute steal.
and the player out of Spurs that you think was the transfer of the season.
I wouldn't say transfer of the season, but somebody I would have liked to have seen at Spurs, especially when we were battling for the number 10.
Right.
I think Jack Grealish that went to Everton. If he had come on loan, he's an English player. That guy's got tremendous potential. I know he's got off the field issues and so forth, but I think Everton have got he's made a difference to them already. You know, they've been doing well. I think he's got about 4 or 5
4
assists
yeah, 4
already.
assists.
I think you've done well at Everton and Spurs. He does well at small clubs.
So I think Jack Grealish was a good transfer for Everton.
Okay.
And another name that's coming up now is Dele Alli.
No,
Guys. Tremendous potential, bad management. He's going to end up probably in the championship or a smaller club.
It's not even a
But
big chance.
He's played
Oh,
one
no.
game and then
he's
upset.
off the field issues.
Yeah.
So, but I do hope the best for
Yeah,
him.
yeah, shit.
And he finds he's only 29. And remember, in his days, he was absolutely.
Tell us why it's João Pedro.
You knew I was going there.
Yeah.
So João Pedro has actually scored about in total. So he joined Chelsea about 7 or 8 goals already.
8 goals, yeah, I think it's 8.
He scored about 8 goals, all non-penalty, by the way. So he's already beat his last season at Brighton. So for 55 million for a striker who's always scored 8 goals for you, he scored in the Club World Cup final. He scored in the group stages. He's come in and basically gelled with the team. He hasn't been sitting on the bench like Sesko.
I think he'll do better in a better team like Chelsea
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
And he's an excellent playmaker also.
He's a fantastic playmaker. And out of Chelsea, if I had to pick a player out of Chelsea, my heart pains to hear this.
Should
and
I say it for you?
But it has to be Xavi Simons.
Yeah.
It's got to be Xavi Simons because I've watched his highlights, and he is okay. He needs a little more experience in the Premier League, but he reminds me of Eden Hazard. The way he dribbles, his close control, and his shooting, he reminded me of Eden Hazard, and I really, really wanted him to come to Chelsea. Unfortunately, he went to Spurs. That's where I say Spurs got taken to the
He's
next
still
level.
young though.
He's still young
He'll
though.
come to senses.
Chelsea won't take him once in about 25, 26.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
too
sure.
old by then. I think we have come to the end of today's show. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's been an
Thanks,
absolute
Thanks for
pleasure.
having us.
And we look forward to having the next podcast come in. Thank you so much, Viren, for being here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
for
very
joining us as well.
Thanks for having
You've
us,
been
guys.
a fantastic guest panel for today.
Yeah.
There's been
Good
some
being here.
Cannot sit next to 2 Liverpool supporters next time. Yeah.
Yeah, put you next to 2 Arsenal supporters.
That's better.
You know what?
Yeah.
The reason we did that was we
That's-
wanted you to feel like you were close to the top of the table. So
Ah.
that's the only reason.
Guys, for future podcasts, we are looking for Arsenal supporters available locally in KZN or Durban, Man City as well. I believe there's Aston Villa. I met a guy from West Ham, surprisingly, over the weekend.
You met him
And
from
yet-
West Ham?
Paqueta. on
West
his-
Ham Bakery.
West Ham. The West Ham Football Club. So he had Paqueta on written across his shirt. So I'm sure there's many of you out there. So we're gonna try remote connecting to you guys, but I mean physical podcast and the kind of talk show is ideal. But we're gonna look at expanding. So guys, please do come forward to join us, and we want to grow this. So please give us a comment, whether good or bad. Constructive criticism is always good. We want to expand this as well.
Don't
Thank
forget to like and subscribe and join the Mzansi family.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.